You done tune in to Brie and Brie Lil Productions. They like the girls, they ain't looking for no husband. Catch them on the tube, bullshit, and they thuggin'. Don't like the video and join the discussion. You can subscribe if you want to, lil' buddy. Just know if you don't, you gon' miss these discussions. They come with the content and talk about stuff that they know that you do in the dark, but won't say in the public. Sounded great though. What up, Brie? What up, Ray?
What's up, YouTube?
Hey, y'all.
I'm Ray.
And I'm Brie.
Back at it again with some.
Boy.
What we talking about today, Brielle?
Long distance relationships. Long distance relationship, guys.
What's it like to be I'm here and you're over there?
I've been in one good one and a half of bad one.
It kind of depends what we call long distance, because the hour away is not really long distance.
I ain't say that either.
But I did the hour away thing. All right.
That's not enough.
We're kind of here just to give you advice or to tell y'all our opinion on it. And yeah, that's it.
Long distance relationships, I feel that they could be good ones. There are some good ones out there, depending on the circumstances of why you're long distance and all of that type of stuff. Me personally, my good one, the girl was in Atlanta. I was here in Michigan, and I believe that it was good because we were so young and we were just, you know, open and gay, you know, just like not gay as in lesbians, but gay as in happy, like just wrapped up in each other type of thing. And we trusted each other a lot, you know what I'm saying? It was like, that was like my best friend. So it wasn't nothing that like we didn't want to tell each other. We didn't have a desire to be with other people. So it's like all we saw was each other, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you have a relationship that's open and honest, I believe that it could work.
I agree. Like, I feel like long distance always depends on the two people that are in the relationship. You have to know your partner. You have to know that y'all have to trust one another. Trust is very important. I did the long distance relationship as well. She was also in Atlanta and I was here, and we were young. Granted, we had our mistake. I mean, at least, okay, I made a mistake in a relationship. I made one mistake, things happened, but the way that we operated and the way that we felt for each other, like that was like the least of the concerns. Like everything was still okay. We communicated very well, and communication is key when you guys are far apart like that. But ultimately, like I said, I feel like it depends on the two people. If you feel like your significant other needs a lot of attention and can't handle that distance, then I don't think it's for you. Like if you're needy and you have all these expectations and wants and all of that type of stuff, I don't think you should do it. It's just not no point in you doing it. But if y'all could communicate well and y'all know that the love is strong, I feel like a long distance can work.
My bad, long distance relationship. Shorty was in the army. I was here. The thing is, I don't know, like it's bad because on my part, I didn't, okay, I'm gonna give honesty. I'm gonna be real honest in this video. Real honest. So her fear of me was that when I went back to school, right, when I went back to college, I was gonna be a thought, right? Well, she was right. But I didn't tell her that. You know what I'm saying? So, when I got back to school, I ended up having my ex in my bed. And so that night, I had found out that my little army girl was cheating on me and ended up getting in a whole nother relationship with a girl out there while she was in the army. Right? So I found out all of that on social media, right? And I cried on the floor with my ex laying in my bed like I wasn't sleazing or something.
You're not shit.
It be like that sometimes. But I don't know, like, because me and her wasn't officially together. So I can admit that, like, we weren't, like, officially together. But we was talking heavy enough that I felt like that was mine and she felt like I was hers type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But that relationship did not have communication, like good communication, I'll say, because we did not discuss the problems that we had. She did not like disclose that to me that she would have a problem.
Yeah, he's not gonna let this shit. And now he just, what did he do? Just fucking, he just blow the car?
This man is the pettiest.
You know we making a video.
He can clearly see us across the street.
He got this loud ass leaf blower.
And he just turned it on for no reason now.
Yo, y'all still look like shit.
Anyways, like I said, like that relationship did not have good communication at all. She should have told me her insecurities about when I was going back to college, stuff like that. I was so wrapped up in her that I didn't even have insecurities. of her going and finding another girl. So
And you got played.
I got played, but I didn't feel that bad because I was playing you too, baby, since my ex was in my bed. Sorry.
Oh, it's a confession time just in case he sees it.
Sorry.
I've only been in one long distance relationship like that's that long. Like I did the whole hour thing. Like I was in a relationship and she was like an hour away from me. It don't even matter. I feel like if it's an hour or 10 hours or however many hours, ultimately all of the rules are gonna have to be applied the same. They're still gonna have to communicate. You're still gonna have to trust one another. You're still gonna have to be honest.
I don't know about that.
Why?
Because even if they lived in the same city as you, like, what if you just couldn't see them that often for whatever reason? So, but the same rules still apply, but they up the street.
I would treat a long distance relationship as if you could see each other all the time. Because ultimately you gotta act right regardless.
Right.
The communication has to be there regardless. You have to trust each other regardless, or else the relationship's gonna fail here, there, everywhere. Like,
right.
It ain't really gonna make a difference. So really, I mean, the only difference with long distance relationship and is if you're up the street. I mean, if you're up the street, at least I can see you out my window, like, or whatever the case may be. Like, a long distance relationship puts a hold on y'all physical affection and attention. Like, that's really it. Like, that's all that it will be is y'all cannot, touch each other.
But you have to be strong. You have to be strong in that. Like, you have to have the willpower to. I understand everybody got needs. You better learn how to handle yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you feel like you can't hold on to your relationship because you need to go be sexually active with somebody else because your girl is not there, it's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem within your relationship too, though. Like, it's not just like, it's like at that point you need to break up with that person. It's like, look, I can't do this. You need to be honest. I can't do a relationship where I can't touch you. I can't be with you. I've expressed that to people. Like, I've turned down a few women who are so at a distance from me that I just can't do it. Like, I dig your personality.
It just depends. It depends on the bond too, because there's women I've dated who I refuse to do a long distance with, and there's women who I've dated who I'd be like, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Like, it really just depends on your connection and your bond, because depending on the woman would depend on whether or not you're willing to fight for that. Like, long distance or not, it really just depends on the people. Like, I guess that's the most important part, is it depends on the people, and it depends on what you can and cannot handle. Like, if you're a sleazeball and you need to be touched every day, don't do it, because you're gonna be tempted by every other female. Like, and then if you find and you popping, girls come out the woodworks.
That attention is gonna create a temptation for you.
Right.
And you don't need that. You don't need no temptations.
No.
Temptations is hard.
But depending on who you're dating and your bond, it depends on whether or not temptation really matters. Because like I said, I've dated girls who I wouldn't touch another being over. And then there's girls who I would touch everyone over. No. I mean,
I don't know. Like, it just really depends on the person.
This topic came from one of our followers who needed advice. She's in a long distance relationship with somebody who's out of the country. They're not even in the same country. She wanted to know how you deal with long distance and all of those beautiful things.
I don't know. I don't really know a secure answer to give because I have questions. Did you meet them out of the country? Like, have y'all met in person? Like not like met in person, but like if I knew you first and you moved away type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I knew you already and you moved away, that's a different ball game, because then you created a bond within itself. You know each other very well. You know what I'm saying? You've had each other and now you know that you don't need somebody else type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if they're in another country, like say you met them over social media, that's a hard thing, because at that point you don't really know. You don't know if they're a good person. You don't know if they're loyal. You don't know if they're faithful. You're going off of what they telling you, because at that point they could be catfishing you.
Oh yeah, I would never, ever suggest meeting somebody over social media and then doing a long distance relationship solely from the start of social media. I'm not saying it don't work, because I know a couple people who have done that. FaceTime works for them. They done flew and seen each other. I mean, if you can get to that
ain't even enough. Because I'm not talking catfish like, oh, that's not the person type of catfish. I'm talking about like, you can catfish like personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I could be FaceTiming Raven and she could be like, little do you know, it's a whole another side girl over here on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like sitting right next to her while she's FaceTiming me. You never know.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. She look like she be on her knees. You should have saw them knees, bitch. Oh, look at them knees. Look, you can see it. or she be falling. Either she be on them or she a klutz. Ma!
Anyway, like we were saying, yeah, you could definitely get catfished, you know, through social media, even if you've seen them, because you don't know their character. You don't really know them for real. You don't get to spend enough time with them to really know. They could tell you
that could be a whole robber, murderer, somebody crazy.
I don't know how many times I told somebody I was shit when I wasn't, and that was in person. Thought I was sweet. They thought I was. I just want you to know, I just grew up not too long ago. So
right. I just grew up like a couple months ago.
Like on some real though, like seriously, like I just grew up not too long ago. So if I was dating you before that,
I'm wholesome now.
I am wholesome now. Now I'm well put together, but it took a while for me to get there mentally. So you don't know what somebody telling you from Africa or from Italy.
Right.
Or from Cali and you in Michigan. We don't even know. So, I mean, but I guess the best advice I can give is, like I said, just communicate.
Communicate. I believe that if you trust them, stick with it. If you're skeptical, if you feel some type of way, if you have insecurities, leave them. I say leave them because, honestly, since they're at such a large distance away, no communication is really going to help. I don't feel like someone's words can soothe you that much to just take your insecurities away until you're around that person. I just don't feel it.
Well, communicate and love one another.
I'm dead. That was long distance, y'all.
Y'all know what to do.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell all of them.
We wanna thank you for sitting watching the video. It's more to come, I promise. Hit that bell and leave a comment though. Say you want the content, well we deliver like dominoes. You smell what we cooking, if you can't shout it, go clear your nose. We had you laughing, Wiz Khalifa high with no smoking. Please don't watch the video and eat shit, you might choke. Notification squad, we looking where you at though. R&B gang over everything, we lit folk. Go ahead and so, we know you twerking to this outro. Patience for the next video, cause shit, we out bro.